Horror games. A genre so vast and expansive nowadays, people don't even know which one to play. You can go to basically any main video game website, and there will just be pages and pages of horror games. Sometimes when I sit down and play some of these new horror games, it makes me miss the times when I was shitting my pants to Slender.
God, we beat this game. Dude. Fuck.
But are we really past the time of horror games? I mean, some of them aren't that bad. I mean, the new Dead Island game was pretty good if you want to consider that a horror game. The scariest part about this one is the development. But that's not what I want to talk about. I want to talk about that pure indie horror. And I think it's perfect to start it off with one of the biggest. Outlast is one of the most insane horror games ever. This entire game is the most anxious, crazy, just watch this shit. Like, what the fuck is that? Even the more subtler moments in Outlast can make you feel like something is gonna pop out at you any second. Like the opening where you're driving in this car, you expect like a tree to fall or something, but nothing ends up happening. And the game uses quiet moments like these to build up tension until finally, out of nowhere. What's he doing up there? I think they drugged me. I don't really know what is, oh, okay. Oh, and I guess I'm back here now. I mean, I think they want me to go this way. Oh, no. Dude, what is with people in hanging? Outlast has this beautiful way of just jump scaring you over and over and over again, and every single time it gets you, no matter what. On top of that, this game did not hold back with the gore. I can't show this scene, but you can just look it up. Look up Outlast Finger. Most indie horror games from this point forward just took the Outlast jump scares and thought, if we just make this the whole game, it'll sell well.
The painting. Your daughter was the Mona Lisa and the motherfucker.
Oh, that was an actual dead person, bro.
No, it's not. It's for sure after that. Think here?
Oh, that was an actual dead person. You
can't talk about classic horror indie games without talking about this one. Now, as a kid, this one got me the most. I remember being vividly scared of this game. And like, the game mechanics and premise weren't even that crazy. It was just, you're in the forest, get 8 pages, get out. But I think to a certain degree, the simplicity of this game is what made it so popular. You could be any age and you could just pick up this game. I remember being like 10 years old and my sister got it installed on her laptop. And whenever I played it, I didn't sleep for weeks. The game's even kind of boring to a certain extent. I mean, I tried to find the most exciting footage I can, and look at what you're looking at. But once again, I think that's kind of what feeds into the horror of it. It's not until you get the first page, and then hear the drums come in. But then you remember, oh yeah, this is the guy that's chasing me. I mean, this is the design they went with. He looks like a Gmod character. Even when they redesigned him, he still looked god-awful. I mean, the second game in general was pretty bad, but they gave him like full-blown hands and like a dad stamp. Now that I think about it, I think it is the way he's standing, because there are some pictures that are genuinely kind of scary. Nonetheless, I think this game is what kicked off indie horror games as a mainstay on YouTube. At least in my eyes, this was the game that everyone was playing and everyone was promoting at one point. And for that, no matter how lame and unexciting Slender is, I think it was important to the genre as a whole, because it kicked off something incredible.
BAM! There it goes. Ah! Hold on.
I'm getting close, I'm getting
close. Bah, bitch! That shit really worked!
Five Nights at Freddy's. The game that got good, then worse, then horror. Look, should I even talk about the bad parts of it? I mean, come on, we all know how I feel about that. When it comes to my real opinion of the game, 1 through 4 are definitely the best. Sister Location was okay, and then everything past that point was pretty bad. I know there's a lot of people that will sit and defend Security Breach with their life, but if we're being honest, on launch, it was a buggy mess.
Oh, what?
And that's saying something. With the newest game is a free roam PS5 game, and the first game is this. Alright, it's night 4 a.m. Just check my cameras. Okay, he's there. He's over there. He's not even coming for me. Man, this is... And people still prefer the second one? Then you have a big issue you need to check. But let's not forget, this game is getting a movie this year. With or without a movie, it's definitely one of the best indie games ever made. And there's nothing even close to the impact Five Nights at Freddy's had on the gaming scene.
Don't get scared.
So close. That was so shit.
Now, I know I called this segment the post-FNAF era, but I don't want to take away from how good some of these games were. The reason I called this segment the post-FNAF era is because all of these games are connected, because they came after Five Nights at Freddy's, and then almost every YouTuber on the platform were playing them, similar to Five Nights at Freddy's. I think everyone has their own favorite out of these main games. My favorite is Tattletale. I'm really sad that nothing really came after it. These games had such unique art styles and premises, and nothing was really like them. I think that can be said for most indie horror. I mean, big studios just can't promote this much time, effort, and love into projects like this. And just like all the other segments, there are some duds. Looking at Hello Neighbor is just kind of sad. It never really got its footing. Just like Dead Island, it was in development hell for so long. The game was also full of glitches. I remember in the first patch, you could just stack a bunch of boxes and get on the roof and instantly get the keycard to beat the game. These games constantly had innovation and new mechanics each time they would release that made them fan favorites. Cartoon characters coming to life to kill you, a haunted school where you're forced to solve math problems, or opening your Christmas gifts early and finding out you got a killer doll. No matter which way you slice it, these games were awesome.
That's a whole fucking kindergarten class, bro.
As of me recording this, the Outlast Trials has been out for 4 days. The game is everything you'd want a new Outlast game to be. It's got the gore, it's got the suspense, it's got the jump scares, it's got everything. On top of that, it being multiplayer is a huge, awesome addition to the game. This is a brand new way for a brand new generation to experience the things we experienced with the past games I've talked about. Indie horror will never die out. It's here to stay, for good. I think maybe the animatronics went home. I mean, there's nothing happening.
That's it.